I don't know why I did that. But anyways, welcome back to another video. It's your girl, Margina Jose, and I'm back with another video. Of course, you guys can see on the title that this video is about 10 things I am no longer spending my money on. So let's jump into it. So you guys, I never like to waste your time here. I like to get straight into my topics here because I know your time is so valuable, but you're spending time with me. So I want to say thank you and let's get into it. So you guys know I always have my notes. I always have my notes here. So I have my notes on the things that I am no longer spending my money on in 2022. So one of the first things I'm no longer spending my money on is clothes, y'all. Fashion. Okay, I'm no longer spending my money on fashion forward things. That, now don't get me wrong, I will be 1000 and be 100% honest. There are times that depending on how much the item is, I might spend it. I definitely have like a cap, of course. I've never been a high spender. Like, I've never been someone who buys like high-end luxury items, but I don't want to really be buying like a bunch of clothes from Fashion Nova either, or Pretty Little Things. So I reduced what I spent money on clothes, especially after the pandemic. I wasn't going anywhere, y'all. Like, I wasn't going places. I wasn't like traveling all over the place. So I didn't really feel like there was a need to spend so much money on clothes. Like, 9 times out of 10, the clothes that I get are things that I can wear all season, and I usually get like basic outfits, so I never really get anything that's too fashion forward that I can't wear next year. So number two is I'm no longer spending money on getting my hair done. So you guys know here I have locks on my channel. I have so many lock videos, and I'll leave that in the information box as well. But I have locks, so lucky enough I'm able to maintain my hair myself. I do a lot of my own retwists, I wash, I detox, I do all those things to my locks. And when I have protective hairstyles like this, like my faux locks, I do them myself. So I don't really spend much money when it comes to my hair anymore, other than to buy the hair. I don't spend money on my hair anymore just because I don't have to. Number three. So number three was was a eye opener for me. So number three really helped me to save my money. It helped me to spend money too. But I opened up my jewelry business online, and it was flourishing. It was doing great and stuff like that. But it slowed down because, that stuff is seasonal. Like, people are not buying jewelry all throughout the year. They're buying it like during the holidays. They're buying it around Valentine's Day, like particular times that they would buy jewelry and stuff. And one thing that I noticed, it was that I was spending a lot of money on my business. Like, alone, I probably spent up to probably like $4,000 on my business, and that's including everything, my LLC to inventory to ads and promotion and all these things, my website. Like, it was getting really, really expensive, and I felt like, even though I was making some profit, it wasn't really moving as fast as I would like. And I decided to take a moment and stop. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, you shouldn't stop in the middle of your business. But I'm one of those people that I always like to reshift. I like to re-gear. I don't think I'm keeping a business just because I don't want to look like I failed. I don't care about stuff like that. I don't care what people think when it comes to whatever I'm doing, because it's for me. So I learned how to pivot. I was like, no, I'm no longer going to put my money into this business. I'm going to go ahead and invest it elsewhere and do X, Y, and Z. And then when I'm ready to go back to my jewelry business, I will. So that's exactly what I have done. And I am so happy that I've done this, because I'm able to, again, refocus, re-gear, and get back on track. And this is why I always tell you guys, if you guys have a goal, if you guys have something you're working on, you have to stay focused. Now, I struggle with this, and I'm not going to lie, but we have to stay focused on our goals, because we'll do a lot of things and get distracted and feel like, oh, let me start this business, let me do this, X, Y, and Z, and then we lose focus of the main goal. And the main goal is what we value the most, right? So I had to stop doing that with my jewelry business, because I just felt like it was taking a lot out of what I wanted my goals to really look like. And when I'm ready, I'm going to return to it. If not, then it was just a learning lesson, and I'm going to, sell out the rest of these jewelry pieces doing something else, So that is something that I had stopped doing. Number 4 Number four is something that I struggle with now, and I will be honest, and I'm not gonna like sit here and just pretend like, oh no, all is well. No, I struggle with this right now. Eating out. Like, I eat out all the time. Like, I'm a girl who loves to eat outside. Like, it's just convenient, and I figured, okay, well, I could just pick this up. It's only $5. So I stopped doing that. I don't just eat out anymore. I feel like if I eat out, it's either with my boyfriend or on a special occasion. But I don't really eat out anymore. Like, I stopped doing that. If I do want to order something outside, like if I want to grab something from Starbucks or whatever, I have given myself a food budget. And if you want to know all about budgets and savings, again, go ahead, hit the information box. But I focus more on my budgeting for my food. I give myself a food allowance, so I only could eat this amount of time per week, and I can only spend this amount of money per week. So I've given myself an allowance, which has helped me to stop spending so much money on food. So that's what I've definitely done. So number four. So for number four, number five goes with it as well. So for number five is definitely cutting out like the Uber Eats, you guys. Yes. Like at one point I used to be like real bad and bougie, and I used to be like, I'm going to get Uber Eats. And honestly, I didn't do it for a really long time, but definitely during the pandemic, I was just not getting my food. I was like, no, I don't want to get my food. I don't want to catch anything. I don't want to deal with anything. So I was doing a lot of Uber Eats, and that was stacking up really quick. Like, if you get food on Uber Eats constantly, you got some coins, okay? Because your meal literally doubles up. Like, you can spend $10 on your meal and then easily spend another $10 just for the Uber Eats. So it was getting really, really expensive with Uber Eats. And so once the pandemic and once like COVID started to kind of like die down a little bit, I just stopped getting Uber Eats. I was like, yeah, we're not going to do this anymore, because it was just too expensive. I rather just, if I'm going to eat out, I'd rather just get my own food, because and then too, like, some of the Uber Eats drivers were giving me a hard time. Like, they wouldn't like deliver to the right location and stuff like that. So I was just like, I'm done with this. Let me go get my own food. All right. So number 6 is another one that I was a victim to, very, very much so, was getting apps. I used to buy apps all the time, guys. Like, especially for my jewelry business and marketing, I was definitely buying apps to like, for my websites, for just to add like certain like filters or just certain things. I was just spending a lot of money on my business. Like, I remember literally buying like 2 apps or an app a month for my business just to market. And I get it, you have to spend money to make money, but I wasn't making enough money to be spending it. So I was just like, yeah, I'm not doing that moving forward, because it's just too much. It's just like way too much money. So buying apps can really add up as well. And not only for my business, but like buying these TV show apps, man, they're getting expensive too. Like, I was looking at my Netflix, and I was like, Netflix is getting a little up there. Like, for the price of Netflix, I might go to Peacock just because, that Will Smith show is on. Yo, that Fresh Prince is so good. Like, I want to get... Y'all, if anybody has a username and password for Peacock, please send it to your girl, okay? So I can watch some Fresh Prince, okay? So number 7, you guys. Ooh, number 7 is good. Number 7 is good. So earlier this year, I had like, well, no, not earlier this year. So when I first moved to my apartment, I had like a super obsession with like home decor. I wanted to like build up my whole apartment, my whole room, and, just have a real bedazzling, like aesthetically a pleasing place. And I don't have any regrets to that, but I found that I was spending way, way too much money on things. And I was spending my money too much on candles. Like, I had a super obsession with candles. Like, I just wanted to buy candles all the time. I was going literally to Marshall's and buying candles and buying new candles and all these candles. I was literally buying like 2 sets, if that makes sense. Like, I was buying a set. Like, If I bought one candle, I had to buy another one, you know, just so they can match and look cute in my room. So I stopped doing that because I still have so many candles that I haven't used. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to burn out the rest of these candles. And when I'm done with them, then I'm going to get a new batch of candles. But buying candles over and over was pointless because I started to realize like I'm spending way too much money on candles. Like, what's going on? Like, you only have one room and you're out here trying to burn up like multiple candles. So I stopped spending money on candles, and that has definitely saved me some coins. So the next one, of course, when it comes to candles and stuff like that, is also perfumes. I had a secret obsession with perfumes. I was like, I want perfumes. I want to wear this perfume. I want to look like this. I want to carry myself like this. Like, you guys, if you know, you know, but I had a super obsession with just like, I want to be an influencer and look super cute. And but in reality, it's like, girl, you work a 9-to-5 job and we're gonna leave it right there. So yeah, I was just like, you know what, I'm done with buying perfumes. I'm not gonna keep buying perfumes. Especially my boyfriend buys me perfumes all the time. He always gifts me perfumes for anything, for any holiday, just because like he's always gifting me perfumes. So I'm like, why am I buying myself perfumes and my man is buying me perfumes? Like, I don't need to spend money on perfumes. So I don't do that anymore. All right, so number 9. This was a hard one for me because I've never been, well, this wasn't that hard, but I always had an aspiration to travel. Like, I love traveling. I love going new places, going to new cultures, trying new food, being away from home. But I found that wasn't really going to work in my goals and my plans for 2022. So for this year, I decided I'm not going to travel. The pandemic definitely slowed that idea down, because before that I was like, oh, I want to travel here, do this and that. But the only place since I've been after the pandemic is Jamaica, and yeah, Jamaica is home for me. So I don't go to Jamaica as often. This year I might go to Jamaica to visit my grandma and stuff like that. But other than that, I'm not traveling all over the place. I just decided like I don't want to travel and come back and be miserable. Like, it's not a good feeling for me, at least. It was just not something that I wanted to do. I was like, if I'm going to do anything right now in my life, I'm going to fix my life. So when I travel, it's not going to be coming back home to misery, or I'm gonna live the life that I want, so I don't feel like I have to escape and go somewhere. So for me right now, I reduced the whole idea of traveling for 2022. If I go and I travel somewhere, it's definitely gonna be to Jamaica, where I have family and stuff like that. And if I do travel in the future, then fine. But for 2022, I'm not pushing to travel anywhere. I'm just not in that space. I'm in the space of just trying to stack up as much as possible. And you know, when you travel, you do spend some coins. So number 10, last but not least, but I've reduced impulse shopping. Now, I'll be honest, I struggle with this still. I like to buy things when I see it. I like to buy things when I see it, but what has helped me is not going to these places or not seeing something that's gonna make me spend a lot of money. So for me, it's kind of hard. It's still something that I am working on, guys. But as of lately, I don't spend as much as I used to impulsively. Okay, it's not that bad. Like, if I do spend on something impulsively, it might be for like a workshop, because y'all know, like, I know this is something I gotta talk about, but I do like it's because I'm trying to learn new skills, y'all. I have to spend money to learn some of these new skills. But yeah, so definitely reducing impulse shopping. Like, if I'm in the mall, guys, I'm literally going in the mall for exactly what I need and leaving. If I'm in stores, I'm trying to get the one thing I need and getting out. It's really hard for me. I'm not gonna lie. I am a retail shopper type of girl, but I really put my big girl pants on and said, you know what? We're not gonna buy things that we don't need. Like, we're not doing that for 2022. Like, all right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful. These are the small things that I'm gonna stop spending my money. These are the small. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. So these are the things I'm no longer spending my money on in 2022. Hopefully this is gonna be a great way for you to stop spending your money on certain things and just help you to just improve on your finances and your goals. And if you are not spending your money on certain things, go ahead and leave it down below in the description box, in the comment section, and we will talk later, guys. Peace and love.